A Nigerian pastor based in Birmingham in England has been sentenced to 34 years in prison for sexually abusing women and children and a man as well. His wife has also been sentenced to prison for 11 years for aiding the offense. The story that we're about to share with you today, there are lessons that we can all learn from this. Because as we speak right now, this offense is still happening. There are people who are somewhere abusing their position of trust and authority. As we speak right now, I am sure that this pastor is not going to be the last. We are only talking about his case today because the man was caught. For 20 years, this pastor was sexually abusing his congregation, women and children, and he was telling them that he wants to give them spiritual bath to cure them. Now, this is a problem that is very, very prevalent in our society, but we do not want to talk about it because most of us, these so-called pastors have put fear in our mind that they are not controlling us, that some people believe that if I speak to them, if I criticize them or question what they are doing, something bad is going to happen to you. That is because they are controlling your mind. You cannot tell me that for 20 years that this pastor was sexually abusing women and children that people did not see or they did not suspect. Of course they did. But these people have been controlled. Fear have been put in their mind that nobody wants to speak out because these pastors use the Bible to manipulate their followers. Not all of them, most of them, they use the Bible to manipulate their followers, and the followers now use words like, trust not my prophet, and do my prophet no harm. Even when the pastor is killing you, you don't want to speak because you say, trust not my prophet, and do my prophet no harm. They are using religion to control you. This has gone on far too long. There are lessons that we can learn from this man's experience. He's going to spend a long time in jail. He's already 60 years now. By the time he comes back from prison, he will probably be heading towards 90 because they might release him early. He may be close to 80 something when he comes out of prison. Now, the question I am asking today is, why did this happen for 20 years and nobody reported this man? Why? Why was this able to go on for such a long time and nobody ever suspected or reported this man? Possible reason is because of fear. The so-called pastors use fear to control the minds of their followers, that people do not want to question anything. Before you criticize me, I'm a Christian. Tomorrow I'll be going to church, but I do not worship my pastor. I worship my God, and I do not I respect my pastor, but I see him just like I see any other human being. I don't think that he has one spiritual power, that my future is in his hand. There are two types of people that fall for things like this. One, those that in life problems, they've had problems and they've tried everything to try to solve the problem. Nothing is working. You become vulnerable that when people suggest anything, you don't scrutinize it. You just take it on board. You want to try it. You're looking for answer. I understand. I have been in that situation myself. Last year, I was trying to save one of the closest person to me who was terminally ill, and I fell into the hands of scammers. So if you live in East London, there's a man called Baba Show and another woman that calls herself Alaja, Princess. These people, they are scammers. I fell for this man. He told me he can cure this person because the doctor said this person, there's no cure. That was how I parted away with thousands of pounds, and this man scammed me. Yes, so I can understand that problems in life can push you to the point where your logic, your rationality is swept away. You just want to help. But there are those ones I can understand. Hey, if you see my face for the first time, my name is Francis. On this channel, we share content about how you can legally migrate abroad to any country of your choice. And at the same time, we also try to inform and educate our people. Information is the key in life. So back to the story that we're sharing today. So the other type of people that fall for this so-called monsters that parade themselves as pastors are those who have been brainwashed to the point that they are now worshiping their pastors. For them, they don't worship God anymore. They are worshiping their pastor. They are Papa Baba Gio, Mama Gio, Baba. For them, their pastor is their God. If you criticize or you question anything about their pastor, they want to fight. They want to die for their pastor. If you are one of those people, I am not saying don't go to church. I myself am a Christian. What I'm saying to you is that open your eyes. Open your eyes. You are not serving your pastors. You are serving God. On the day of judgment, your pastor will stand and you will stand. They will not say, this is a pastor, this is a follower. No, everybody is accountable for their actions before our Creator. So the pastor doesn't have any special privilege. Stop worshiping your pastors. Those people that have been brainwashed to the point that they are now worshiping their pastors, whatever their pastor says is not questioned. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. Our people need to wake up. If you are seeing any value to what I'm saying, please consider sharing this video to anyone that you know. Give this video a like so that YouTube will share it to other people. We need to educate people in our community. There are good pastors, but majority of the so-called pastors are using the word of God to exploit vulnerable people. Can you imagine for 20 years, this so-called pastor based in Birmingham, Michael Olorunbi, based in Birmingham, for 20 years was raping women, impregnating them, and doing abortion. And people in that church, you cannot tell me that nobody in this church did not suspect what was going on. You cannot tell me that someone in that church did not suspect that this pastor was sleeping with all these women. As I'm speaking now, I know that this is happening because I remember when I was younger, and back then I was in Nigeria. There was a church I was going to. This thing was happening. We were hearing it. We suspected it. But because of this man is a pastor, we were afraid to speak out. But now I have my freedom. This is why I am saying we need to open our eyes. For too long, religion has been used to control Black people for too long. And this cannot continue anymore. Listen, I am not telling you not to go to church. Tomorrow, I am going to church. All I'm saying is, open your eyes. Don't worship your pastor. Don't worship your Mama Gio. Open your eyes, because your pastor is going to be accountable and judged by God, just like you are going to be accountable for your action and judged by God. Your pastor has no special privilege. When the time comes, when all of us are going to be judged, your pastor has no special privilege. You cannot tell me that for the 20 years that this pastor Michael Olorunbi was sexually abusing women and children, that nobody suspected what was going on. They suspected. Because like I said before, When I was young, when I lived in Nigeria, we were going to a church where this kind of thing was happening. But all of us, we suspected, we couldn't see it because fear has been put in our mind. That, oh, trust not my prophet, do my prophet no. That must stop. That must stop. That fear, you have to understand. Now that I've studied psychology in the UK, and I can understand how fear is used to control you. Because these so-called pastors know that as long as they can use that fear to manipulate you, they can continue to control you. That even if they sleep with your wife or they sleep with your daughter, you can't say anything because you are afraid that if you speak, something bad will happen to you. So you won't speak. That is why we need to open our eyes. Open your eyes. When you are looking at the pastors, be objective. Be objective. Look at the pastors objectively. Judge their actions objectively. That is what I am telling you today. For too long, religion has been used to hold Black people back. Not just in Nigeria. It's the whole of Africa and the Black race. We cannot continue like this. The Europeans who brought religion to us, it was when they moved from a society of pre-modernity to post-modernity, when religion has no influence, they started believing more in science and research. That is when their society transformed. My people, I am not telling you not to go to church. I am not one of those YouTubers that is against religion. I am a Christian, as you can see from my name, Francis. I am a Christian. Tomorrow I will be going to church. All I am saying to you is open your eyes. The other day, it was reported that Adiboye said he went to Colorado and he prayed and the weather, snow changed to winter. And people believe that garbage. People believe that garbage, and people were even saying, don't question my geo. Don't question my geo. When did the weather, how come the weather changed? Give us the date. Let us check it. If we check the date and it is confirmed that you are telling us the truth, hey, we'll hail you. We will praise you. But if you found out that you are saying all these things to try to tell people that you are a man of God, to prove a point, you should be scrutinized. And if you are caught that you're lying, you should be held accountable for your lies. This is the point I am saying today. The pastor has no special privilege. Open your eyes, my people. Open your eyes, my people. This has gone on for too long. So-called pastors are using the Bible to manipulate our people. They are holding our people back. Our people cannot even say anything. Oh, so people say, tomorrow, my pastor say, if my pastor say I shouldn't talk to you again, I won't talk to you again. Because they put fear in the mind of our people to the point that our people cannot think. Our people have lost their sense of thinking. Now they are only saying, oh, pastor. Everything they think about that is pastor. If pastor say tomorrow, don't speak to your husband again, I'm not going to speak to you. If pastor say, don't marry this man. Somebody told me a story of how a pastor was sleeping with his wife, the girl he wanted to marry, and the woman relies on the pastor's advice to the point that he went to meet the pastor, say, I want you to pray that to see if this man is a good man. The pastor say, this man is not the one for you. Not knowing that the pastor is saying all these things because the woman wants to continue to sleep with the woman. And the woman has lost her sense that the pastor for her is God. My people, open your eyes. You cannot tell me that when this Michael Olorunde was sleeping with women and children in this church, that people did not suspect. As we speak right now, this is happening somewhere in the world. It could, even in the UK, it could be happening in the UK. The point I am saying is, I am not saying don't respect your pastor. There's a difference between respect and worship. You can respect anybody, but don't worship your pastors. Open your eyes. Don't get to the point where you lost sight of where you're going. The goal is for you to make heaven if there is heaven. The goal is not for you to serve your pastor, because your pastor himself will be judged when the time comes for everybody to be judged. That is all I am saying. Share this video with your family and friends. Give this video a like so that other people will see it. We need to educate our people. I'm sure there is someone right now that the pastor is sleeping with his wife, or the woman right now the pastor is sleeping with, or a child right now the pastor is sleeping with, and this child cannot speak out because of fear that this pastor has special power. They're going to do something to their life. Because of that fear, the pastor will continue to do it. As we are speaking right now, somebody is still being abused. A pastor or an imam is still abusing a child, is abusing a married woman, and the woman knows that this thing is wrong, or is abusing a man, because there are pastors who sleep with men as well, who sexually abuse men. So this thing is happening. These so-called religious people are taking advantage of their position. They are using their religion, their position, to exploit vulnerable people. And our people are just so dumb to the point that for them, anything the pastor says is true. My people, share this video with your family and friends. Give this video a like so that other people can see. We need to educate our people. The pastor doesn't have any special powers that if you say this and your life is going to end. No, God knows the day you will die, and God knows the day you came into this world. Death is not something that we can all run away from. We only pray that God should give us a good life. Everybody is going to die at some point. So please, I am begging you, share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. If you are currently being abused sexually, or you know a pastor who is abusing their position, report them to the authority. Don't let the fear that these so-called pastors are put in your mind, that if you report, they're going to cast a spell in your life and you'll die. Don't let that fear hold you back. The pastor doesn't have that power. He's only using that fear to manipulate you so that he can continue to control you. Please, give this video a like so that other people can see it. Share with other people. We need to stop that. The only way we can stop this is to educate our people. We need to stop worshiping pastors and imams. Let us worship God. Let us worship God. Stop it. Stop it. That tithe that you're giving to that pastor, look for somebody that is hungry. Give the money to that person. Look for a child, a child who has no father, an orphan child. Use that money to help that child. You get your reward from God. The Bible says we should give, we should help. But at the end of the day, don't let that pastor use that fear to manipulate you. That is all I'm saying. I am not saying don't go to church. I am not saying don't go to mosque. All I'm saying is open your eyes. If you see your pastor doing something that you suspect that the pastor is sexually abusing a child or a woman that is married, report the woman, report the pastor. Don't let that fear that if I report, something bad will happen to me. Don't let that verse that they use to control you, trust not my prophet and do my prophet no harm. Don't let that verse, that is the control. They know that as long as they say that, you will be afraid to report them. As long as they say that, they have control over your life. Only God knows the day that you will die. Only God knows the day that you came into this world. Share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. Give this video a like. In 3 by 2:45 today, I will be releasing a video on how to move to Germany. If you know anyone who is interested in moving to Germany, tell them to watch that video. All our goal is to educate and inform our people. We can stop that if we all play a part. That is the point of this video today.